In this video, I'm going to share with you how to start mountaineering, talking about ice axe ratings. Did you know that there are different ratings on ice axes and that not all ice axes are created equal? Between my Black Diamonds, my Corsa or Camp Corsa, and all the other different products, there are different products on the market and they have different purposes. This video is brought to you by Jebediah26A. Here's a question that I received in the comments below. Please leave a question in the comments and I will hopefully be able to get to it to answer it for you. And this is on my How to Start Mountaineering and Climbing Gear video. Jebediah said, "Good day, I'm planning to go to Peru at the end of the year to climb Huasacran. Sorry if I munched the name. And I picked up the Raven Pro Ice Axe, which, love my Raven Pro Ice Axe. But he said, I heard it is very light and a good ice axe to use as mountaineering. Absolutely. I'm wondering if I made the right choice with the ice axe I bought because the handle is straight and not curved like the others. So let's get right into that. The first challenge that you're going to have is, yes, the Raven Pro Ice Axe is totally awesome for glacier travel. The handle and the grip is so nice. It is rated as the most comfortable ice axe to carry when you're hauling along on long slopes on glaciers. However, compared to my Black Diamond Venom, you can see that there is a different angle here. This ice axe is really good for glacier travel and stopping you, but the Venom with the little bend here and also the Camp Corsa also makes a big difference. That bend keeps your hands out of the ice when you're having to start doing some climbing. Now, Jebediah26A, you've got a big problem is that mountain Huasacran generally requires you to have ice tools instead of ice axes. An ice axe is literally this. It helps you on the glaciers and for self-arrest and all that. But ice tools, this is a B-rated ice tool, I'll explain that in a minute, is specifically designed for direct ice climbing. Now the difference between an ice tool and an ice axe is that there is a rating on them. There's a CEN, so let me pronounce it correctly, Comité Européen de Normalisation, my French kind of sucks, sorry, but there's a B rating and a T rating. On the bottom of my ice axe here, you can see the B with the circle and the B with the circle. Hopefully you're able to see it there. Now, B means basic or type 1. That does not mean they suck or they're not good because the Raven Pro is an expensive ice axe. The Venom is an expensive ice axe. The Corsa Nanotech is an expensive ice axe. But a T-rated or a type 2 type ice axe or ice tool is meant for smashing on mixed rock and ice and hard ice. If you just get the basic camp ice axe when you're going to go hiking or whatever, it is a great choice. The Camp Corsa ice axe or the Corsa Nanotech has extra hardened steel and that's really good, but this guy is not a hardcore mountaineering ice axe. Even though it does have a good spike here and a good pick, it is nothing like a true ice tool. So that's something to consider because an ice tool or a T-rated ice axe can withstand, I think it's like 3.5 kilonewtons versus a B-rated ice axe that can withstand 2.5 kilonewtons. That totally doesn't mean anything to you other than if you're going to go beating on ice and snow and climbing something serious like Huasacran is, you're going to need ice tools. Now, the straight ice axe ain't going to be any good once you start climbing real steep because when you're climbing steep, you can see that this guy does not have a very steep angle here, or it's got a really wide angle, however you want to measure it. Compared to this, when I'm climbing, this ice axe will dig a lot better in steep slopes. Also, look at, I mean, you're just going to have to spend money. And you think, oh, they're expensive. Look, I've had this ice axe for like 15 years or 20 years or whatever it is. Don't go cheap. Spend some money because you're going to have this for life unless you break it or lose it. Also, there are different ice axes when you look at, you know, can you clip a carabiner into it? This ice axe is super, super good. No problem there. Can I clip a carabiner into my Raven Pro? Clearly not. not so easy. Can I clip it in? Kind of jam it in there. It's not great. My camp ice axe, thinner blade, it does okay. A climbing ice axe or a T-rated ice axe is way, way better for clipping in and doing some climbing. I talk about that in my book, Lost at Windy Corner, where if you want to learn what it's like to go soloing on Mount Denali or Denali, boy, this is a book for you. And also, Adventure Expedition 1, I talk about adventuring an expedition. That's a super good choice. The big challenge of an inexpensive light-duty ice axe is it's great for backpacking. Love this thing, but it will totally not be good for hardcore climbing. Now, I've seen some people, what they do is they just simply use their trekking poles. They're going along, but boy, it gets steep. These they're not gonna save you. You're gonna be in real trouble and taking a real risk. I saw a woman with her family sliding down on Gannett Peak. Boy, she was so lucky that the ice wasn't super slick because she would have died. I mean, she took off, she had her trekking poles and they're just flailing around. Lucky it didn't stab her in the ephemeral artery or her chest or neck. Oh my gosh. Now, also consideration, I was watching one poor guy. He had a really short ice axe, so not my Venom or my Raven that's 65, but he had a really short ice axe, and what he was doing was he had his trekking pole long and then his ice axe short, and he was walking like this for a long time. That's miserable. Do not plan to use your ice axe as a regular walking trekking pole. It just doesn't work. You want your trekking pole, or your ice axe for a glacier, so the spike here does not go below the midpoint of your ankle any lower, and it's just too long, because when you're looking at ice axes, you want to be able to grip it so you can turn and stop yourself. If it's really, really short, like my camp ice axe, there is the risk that this guy's so shorter than about 50-55. If I'm flailing along and I get this pressed into my chest, it's sayonara, baby. So that is a big consideration. Versus my Raven here, this guy, the chance of it penetrating or hitting my chest is pretty low. And my Venom ice axe, somewhere in between. It's decent length, so that there's low risk of that. But my Camp Corsa ice axe, I carry this guy just because it's super light, it can take some abuse, and it works well. Toss it in the backpack. If I run into some ice in a little short, steep section, I'm good. That's the thing about this mountain you're going to is, it's, let's see, was it 6,768 meters or about 22,200 feet. It's way, way up there. You really want to spend the money on getting some proper ice tools, or the guiding service that you're going with, consider just renting the tools from them if you're only going to do this once. If you're going to do it a lot, trust me, spend the money, get the right tool, you won't regret it. And that's the thing. Here's the book if you want to do the academic learning, Mountaineering, Freedom of the Hills, link below in the description. This book will get all the knowledge into your head, but this video is purely educational. This is not a substitute for professional instruction on how to use your ice axe and how to stay alive properly. So please be careful with that. It's a major consideration. My name is Aaron Linsdale. I'm a polar explorer and professional adventurer. Please check out links in the description to my books, Antarctic Tears, Lost at Windy Corner, Adventure Expedition 1, How to Keep Your Feet Warm in the Cold, the Jackson Hole Hiking Guide, the Most Crucial Knots to Know, the 2024 Total Eclipse Guides, as well as check out my shows, World Beyond and Antarctic Tears. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel so you can learn more about these beautiful tools. Thank you.